Greetings, I am Solidus-Skully and welcome back to Silent Hill 3. The literal definition of me recording this by the skin of my teeth because, well, I guess many of my viewers as of this point probably know, I kind of missed a week which was meant to be uploaded on Friday. I apologize for that. Life was getting a bit busy among other mental issues around my parts, but no need to worry about that. Silent Hill 3 fun time is go, yippee-ki-yay. Hopefully the recording doesn't fuck up. Have no commentary tangents to help me out, so yeah, basically recording by the skin of my teeth. Anyway, after escaping from Douglas and his evil-ish clutches, Douglas is apparently a mysterious character. Yeah, we're heading home, on the subway. By the way, fun fact, I never knew that this map existed until this very playthrough. I literally went through all my Silent Hill playthroughs and never found this, so yeah, it's been a journey to discover Silent Hill 3 with me. Not that I think you really need a map for the subway area, considering the fact that I think as it is, this place is pretty easy to navigate since it's very compact and... excuse me, that was some Pepsi I just drank earlier. But yeah, it's very compact and very simple to navigate. And it also holds a few hidden secrets as well, which I'm going to be showing you here. Although this is also some essential stuff, I hope to God my video editor would stop lagging because I'm looking at this through fucking telesnap quality. It's like an episode of the 60s Doctor Who, which was lost to the sands of time. But yeah, don't think that just because the real world was restored in the shopping mall, that it's going to be staying here, because now you can see dogs, and the music starts getting super freaky, so watch your back. Anyway, go down here and we shall find some bullets, I believe, as well as possibly a dead hobo. I think. Don't make a liar out of me. No, we just find a nutcracker. Oh yeah, we're gonna crack some nuts. This would have been fucking useful when we had the walnut earlier, but less said about that the better. We don't have any moonstones left to collect anymore, so whatever. As far as a level design is concerned, and I think this is probably one of the levels that best exemplifies it, but the next few areas are gonna be very corridor heavy. No, worst video game design ever, 10 out of 10, apparently linear games suck now, or something. But yeah, it's very concise on where you need to go, so, you know, getting lost here is pretty, well, it's not really that much of an issue. Hello, who's this? Oh, I guess we don't examine it. If you examine that body, Heather makes a comical remark to the effect of, I don't think that guy's sleeping. It's because he died down there. I suppose another really big thing to note, although it might become a little bit more apparent as we get to where we need to go, is that this entire subway scene is very much a homage to Jacob's Ladder, which is a movie that I think I brought up in part 1. But yeah, this is very heavy on the Jacob's Ladder influence, as it takes place in a similar setting where Jacob was going home, and if you could tell by the set design here, yeah, very Jacob's Ladder influence. I think even, the Bergen Street subway station, I think, is also a reference to the place he was going. This right here, definitely, because, you know, the place was chained up. And, well, I mean, considering that Jacob's Ladder was there as the inception of Silent Hill's creative influences, it doesn't really surprise me that much. Although I am a little bit saddened that they didn't actually recreate the scare where Jacob saw this old woman with no eyes just staring at him before the train pulled away. I don't know, I really like that scene in the movie, and I felt like, I mean, in Silent Hill's case, that probably would have been a very fitting parallel. Especially if you saw a certain spoilery character doing it, although we probably won't get to that boss fight until the amusement park. Actually, I think I spoiled a little bit too much even there. But yeah, it's a very straightforward and concise level to play through. You get introduced to some new enemies, of course, so it keeps things fresh enough, but this also does highlight a bit of a problem I have with Silent Hill 3 in that, in its attempt to be linear and a bit more concise, it does lose out on some of the more esoteric elements that I feel made Silent Hill 1 and 2 very much a horror experience. Well, I mean, less so Silent Hill 2, since that was more about emotions and everything, but Silent Hill 1 definitely. And what's this? A birthday gift. What do we have here? Actually, I think, getting the shotgun here is actually also another reference, well, not necessarily a reference, I'd say more of a snarky joke towards American consumerism regarding guns. A similar joke was actually made in Silent Hill 2, where, you know, you could find the pistol in a shopping cart. So, I'd have to wonder if Team Silent was taking another jab like that, because, as evidenced before with the cooked dog key, they have been capable of doing so beforehand. By the way, new enemy we're encountering here, called the Insane Cancer. Try to avoid this enemy as much as you can because they are quite dangerous. And yeah, they are bullet sponges, as you could probably tell by their very flabby bodies. So, do what you can to try and avoid them. And my video editor is lagging up again, for fuck's sake. I also really hate it when my video editor fucks up as well, because, like, usually, if it's lagging, it tends to skip over a lot of the recorded dialogue that I'm doing right now, so, you know, what you might be hearing is, you know, with a Dalek sink plunger. You know, for me, I'm just speaking normally and I can hear everything that I'm trying to say, which is something that does kind of piss me off, but not really much you can do with it. Anyway, this right here is, I think, a bit of bullshit design. Oh, for fuck's sake, if it could stop lagging. Okay, what you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to jump down on the tracks and then go off to the subway car, but the biggest problem with the level design here is that if you jump on this track, you're normally dead. You know what, I'll explain this in full shortly after this cutscene, but this thing really does frustrate me. So, I mean, as you could see there, you were supposed to jump down onto the tracks and then, you know, try and open the door, the train comes, you jump back up and get on here, but the thing of it is, the biggest problem with this is that, you know, any other time you try to do this, the subway train immediately comes and ends up killing Heather. Which, to me, is fucking bullshit because of the fact that, you know, it requires the first-time player to have no course of action, you know, or reason to do that. You know, whereas in previous Silent Hill games, if they were going to indicate such a thing, they usually would have had like a subtly changed camera angle to lead you to where you need to go, but here, Team Silent just dropped the ball, which aggravates me more than it should really, because Team Silent are usually better than that. I don't know, it's a boneheaded design decision, which just kinda grates on me, really. But anyway, that's pretty much how you get it to open up. I hope anyone who plays Silent Hill 3 will know what to do. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that might have been the possible reference to Jacob's Ladder with the eyeless lady looking at Jacob through the subway car. Oh, that's weird. It's kind of weird that they did a bit of a reversal on that, but in any case, that's enough gushing about Jacob's Ladder. We need Silent Hill 3. And something I neglected to mention in the first two parts, but Heather will constantly, well, I wouldn't say constantly, it's mostly for the early part of the game, but she will comment on the Halo of the Suns, which you used to save, which, yeah, is very related to her backstory, so, you know. Two things I'm going to bring up before segment, because I'm only really recording the subway segment tonight, before recording the rest of the parts en masse. The first of which is more discussion about the creatures, like I did last time with the closer. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the non-bodies here. Now, we encountered them in the mall, and there is a very interesting little bit of details with the non-bodies, actually. The first of which is if you manage to shoot them down, and, you know, you don't stomp on them, they will end up making a cry similar to a lamb, or perhaps an infant child. Hintity hintity hint tee hee hoddle ha vexing giggles. But yeah, it's very creepy, and actually another cheeky reference, I think, which is actually made to a real-life skin condition that infants can suffer. I can't quite remember the name of it, but yeah, they're very fractured and pale skin is a reference to a certain condition. I would show a picture, but it's actually very disgusting, so to avoid making you throw up, I won't show it, but do some research. I think you'll be in for a very disgusting surprise. And anyway, one last thing I'd like to mention before, you know, this part ends, is actually to do with a certain scare that I missed out on. I might show it at the end of the video, but that depends if I can find the footage of it or not, is that Heather can actually find a cult book and a newspaper which details about a man who committed suicide by getting hit by a subway car. And what essentially happened is that if you read in a cult book about ghosts, Heather will end up getting pushed by the ghost and then killed by the subway car. Yeah, very freaky stuff. Yeah, it's weird. This entire sequence actually kind of reminds me of the Matrix Path of Neo. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I'm sure Heather and Neo stuck in a loop. Interesting. Well, in any case, before I ramble on any further, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and I'll see you next time for the Silent Hill 3 commentary. Take care, and I'll see you later.